Okay, so window methods. Yeah, okay, fine. So is it clear to till here what is this ideal frequency response and its corresponding time domain representation for the ideal response? So we wanted to make it infinite to a finite. So I think this is what truncation to the finite impulse response. So here you can see you're trying to truncate, means you're trying to convert the infinite samples to a finite samples. So how is it possible? Means only by multiplying with omega n, isn't it? Are you able to follow here? Respond. Am I audible or not? You respond first. So if you don't respond, I feel like you are sleeping.
No, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. So H, whatever impulse response we calculated, it is multiplied with which one? This one?
Window of n.
W of n, right? So W of n, according to you, it should be of having a value 1 for a finite length or infinite length. You tell me.
1 for finite, sir.
No, I'm talking about Wn should be finite for only some duration, or it should be 1 for infinite duration. The Wn.
Some duration.
Sub duration, sir.
Sub duration, okay. So it should have some non-zero values for only some duration, and whereas Hi of n is going to have the amplitude for infinite duration. If both of them are multiplied, resultant signal, what do you get? Finite or infinite? You are multiplying one infinite length
Finite, sir.
So finally, can I say H of n is a finite length sequence now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so H of n is a finite length sequence. So here you can see, instead of doing the process of multiplication in the time domain, I can also perform the process in the frequency domain. I think we have seen the DFT, what is that properties of DFT. One of the properties is the multiplication in time domain is equal to convolution in frequency domain. Remembered or not? I think I gave, I don't know whether I have given assignments or not. So far I have not given any assignment, no? To all of you. Respond.
Maybe no, sir.
Maybe no. Okay, fine. If not no, I just want from the unit 1, try to submit as an assignment, which can be from, what is that? All properties of DFT, their statements and their proofs. You try to submit. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay, fine.
So the previous one, sir?
Just a minute. Actually, I got one. I'm the part-time coordinator for MTech admissions. So I got one. This one. Just a minute. Okay. Yeah. Now you asked something. Can you repeat?
Like previously, you have given another assignment, no, sir?
Just now I asked, did I give any assignment? You said no. Which assignment?
Like you said us to write regarding.
Right. Finite world length fx is one, and one more I told. Which one it is? Some examples.
Examples.
Yeah, from DITFFT and DIFFFT, no?
DIFFT, yes, sir.
Yeah, I think you add this also, where the properties of DFT, I think already I gave one PPT. In that,
yes, sir. Linearity.
Linearity and all. The proofs I have not given. So you try to get the proof, how to get it and all. Other not required. I thought no assignment, no, but it will go through it. Okay, don't submit. Only this only you submit. DIT, DAF, and this one. Because I don't want to give more work for doing things. Only thing is you should spend some time ultimately. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so why I take that reference is in that properties of DFT, the multiplication in time is equivalent to performing convolution in frequency. Yes or no? The property I'm applying, nothing I'm doing here. Okay. Okay, for mathematics purpose, you just remember these two equations. To truncate your infinite length impulse response to a finite impulse response, you have two options. Either you multiply with some window in the time domain, or you perform frequency response of the window convolution with the impulse response. I think this one, the above one. Okay, anything is okay. Truncation by multiplying with window is equivalent to this signal convolution with frequency response of the window. Both are okay. Is it clear to all of you? Respond. At least you remember, if you are getting a confusion of this, you remember these two possibilities of making the infinite impulse response to a finite impulse response. Now onwards, I'm giving whatever WN we call windowing. The WN has got 5 different possibilities, actually 6 different possibilities, but only 5 widely used. First one is called a rectangle window. Can you see here in the bottom?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so rectangular window where WN is equal to, it is going to have a 1, as you just mentioned, no, only for some duration it should be 1. From where to where it will be 1? 0 to?
Yeah.
0 to capital N, and it will be 0 elsewhere. It means, I think this complete left hand side will go 0, only right hand side from 0 sample to some finite sample you will get it. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think here given here, okay? This is your h of n. What is going to come? Just a minute. Okay, truncation only. Here truncation for so how many samples can anybody tell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 samples are truncated, isn't it? Agreed or not? Even though in the previous here it is only right sided, it is given. It could be two sided also. Maybe minus n by 2 to plus n by 2 also you can do. There's nothing wrong in that. Okay. Rectangle window need not to be from 0 to capital N. It could be from minus n by 2 to plus n by 2 also. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So here in this case it is given that only minus n by 2 to the plus n by 2. So here how many 13 samples I took here. When I took the 13 samples, my final when I perform the Fourier transform of this 13 samples, I'm going to get a red color frequency response. Whereas the dotted line will be the desired one, which is an ideal one. But practically what I got will be the red one. Are you finding any difference between a black and red here?
Yeah, some deviations.
So deviation is there, right? So transition band is more or less here. For ideal one, it will be 0. For practical one, you have some deviation, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, I'm trying to increase, instead of 13 points, maybe I took 25 points here. For the 25 points, if I perform again Fourier transform, I'm going to get a red color. So don't you think this red color is better than the first one?
Yes, sir.
Then finally, I took more infinite, right? Almost infinite points if I take, if I'm trying to perform the Fourier transform, I'm getting ideal one, isn't it? So I think it is not possible. Infinite sample saving is not possible. Finite sample saving is possible. Now you tell me, more the samples is better or lesser the samples is better while truncation?
More
It
the
should
sample.
be more, but
Not
Yes.
infinite.
Yeah, at the same time, computational time also equally important, isn't it?
yes.
So FIR filter, one of the disadvantages is that only. More the samples, more accurate curve you will get it in the frequency response, but time computations will be more, isn't it? Is
Yes,
it clear?
sir.
And one more thing I just wanted to tell you, you can see here ripples are happening, no? Ripples are,
Yes,
you are
sir.
able to see the ripples in the exactly pass band.
Yes, sir.
In these ripples, if you see after the 0, how many peaks are you are going to see? 1 or 2? After
peaks,
0, 2 peaks are there. Are the 2 peaks same or different?
Different, sir.
Different. Which peak is higher one?
The last one.
Last
Second
one, right? So it is unwantedly going much higher than the first one. Generally, as per our requirement, it should be equal, no? Here.
Yes, sir.
Is it not all peaks are equal? Yes or no? But whereas in practical case, are you not getting high peak here?
Yes, sir.
So this is called Gibbs phenomena. What is Gibbs phenomena is nothing but exactly at the edge of the pass band, the peak is unwantedly going very high. It's called spike, unwanted spike. Is it okay? The edges only it is higher, no?
Yes, sir.
So the edges are becoming more higher. It is called unwanted peak. It is going to be resulted because of the Gibbs phenomena. what is Gibbs phenomena is, for the infinite impulse response, you're suddenly truncating, no? The after certain capital N, all the samples are truncated right side. Similarly, all the samples are truncated toward the left side. Because of the sudden truncation, this is the result we are going to get it. Is it clear? So what the theory says, whenever you want to convert an infinite samples to a finite sample, don't truncate suddenly. You try to truncate with some slope. I'll tell you what does it mean. Is that clear to all of you?
Yeah, like
Sudden truncation in the infinite points leads to a spike in the edges of the passband of the frequency response, which is called Gibbs phenomena. Is it clear to all of you? This point you must remember, Gibbs phenomena. It's the most certainly asked in the interviews, even in the examination point of view, it is one of the important concepts. Okay. So to reduce that particular ripples and Gibbs phenomena, we are having. I think this you can skip. It is not required. Yeah, I think these are the other windows actually. Yeah, I think this is correct. Again, here you got some infinite impulse response. Because right hand side, looking at the frequency response, you can say is it infinite or not. Right hand side, is it not ideal?
yes, sir.
When it is an ideal, obviously in the time domain it should be infinite or finite.
Infinite.
Infinite, okay. So for this infinite points, the window I'm using, this window is a rectangle window or it's slightly linear type of variation is happening.
Linear variation. window.
Yeah, its corresponding frequency response is this one.
Yes.
Whereas in the previous case, the frequency response of the window is, it's not given here. Nowhere it is given actually, but here it is given. Omega n is instead of having constant one suddenly truncated, are you not feeling that the amplitudes are slowly coming down?
Yeah, yes.
Whereas in the previous one, here it is not shown. That is unfortunate thing. The window what we have used in the previous case, this ones are suddenly it is coming now, whereas here it's not suddenly. Slowly they are decreasing, isn't it? You're able to see this?
Yes, sir. Like number of amplitudes increasing.
Yeah, as the number is increases in the window, the amplitude keeps on decreasing, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And when you multiply this window with this one, are you not getting this one? Slope is going to be changed, no?
Yeah, okay.
So I think here also you're truncating, but not sudden truncation. You're trying to modify the within the window, whatever samples are taken, they are also getting multiplied with some non-zero number, isn't it? Which is not constant.
Yeah, but you're multiplying with some finite number only, sir.
Finite number only, but the amplitude is not constant.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Every
but
sample.
it is not window, sir. But how can we get the finite length?
The finite length only, that is sure, because the moment I say window, it must be finite length only.
Okay, you are doing the windows in
Yeah.
instead of rectangle, you're doing some.
Some other window. That name I'm not giving right now. Okay, but only
Yeah.
thing is the change I'm telling.
Yeah.
The name of the window I'm not revealing, because if you change the shape of the window, you are going to get some advantage or not. You just verify here. Are you getting any ripples here?
No, like we are getting some
Only
constant.
only transition band is more compared to this one. Otherwise, ripples are okay, no?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So this will give us some idea. So instead of rectangle window, if I use this kind of window, my frequency response is better. What is expected to be near to the ideal?
Yeah, yes. Instead of we get rectangle, we get the some.
Yeah. So those windows are this one. I think if you are not given, just a minute. Let me check. Yeah. What is the name of the window?
Hamming window.
Hamming window. Its frequency. It's you said no. As I am moving away from the zero, I should get these amplitudes that you are going to get by substituting n value here. Okay. If n equal to 0, you'll get 0.54 minus cos 0 is how much? 1, right? So 0.54 minus 0.46, how much?
0.8.
Yeah, that is this number. Actually, that is this number. This last leftmost is there, no?
Yeah, okay.
So like that, you keep on give, you'll come to certain point. After that, again, it start decreasing. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So this is Hamming window expression, and it is given that the what is the delta f is basically frequency deviation, whatever you can see here. There is a gap, no, delta omega. We have seen no transition band. I have explained in the specs.
Yeah, delta omega.
Yeah, delta omega is going to coming. This is the value 3.32 by capital N for Hamming window. Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Similarly, you have other windows. This is rectangle window. Maybe this is Hamming window. This is Hanning window. What is the difference between these two? At 0, it is going to have a, at 0 Hamming window 0.08 we have seen, no, just now.
Yes, sir.
Whereas here it will be 0, right or not?
Like it will, in the second case, it will moving behind the negative also.
Behind the negative, but 0 onwards you can start. So obviously this one and this one will have a difference, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So it is called Hanning window. It is Hamming window. It is Hanning window. I'll give you the expression for that. If you use Hanning window, its frequency response also slightly different. The attenuation, how much attenuation we are getting here? Minus 40 dB. Here, how much attenuation?
More than 50.
More than 50. That is the advantage actually. If the client will come to you and they want my attenuation should be maximum, so out of these three, which one is giving maximum attenuation? The rectangular will give you only 10 dB. You can see here 10 or between minus 15 dB it is giving you. Minus 13 will be the maximum, isn't it?
Yeah, like what is attenuation, sir?
Attenuation means you don't want unwanted frequency at the output side.
Yeah.
See, virus, right? Coronavirus through your mask, it should be maximum stopped or less stopped?
Maximum stop.
Maximum stopped. So this is maximum means more than minus 50. So it is something like no, only one mask, only minus 10 dB attenuation. Two masks, minus 40 dB attenuation. Three masks, minus 53.
Yeah, okay. After the windowing,
after windowing, I'm telling about.
Yeah, okay.
Is it clear now? So these are the different windows. No, I have explained with only rectangle window, but Hamming window expression is this one. Hanning window expression is this one. Hamming window expression is this one. Blackman window expression is this one. And its corresponding main lobe and stop band transition widths are given here. Okay. If I am using a rectangle, transition width is 0.92 by capital N, but ripples are more. Hanning window 3.11 by capital N, slightly increased, but ripples are less, isn't it? You can see the ripples are no decreasing, isn't it? Are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is called the window characteristics table. This is also one of the important thing. Kaiser window is I'm not discussing because it's a multi-resolution analysis. Kaiser window you can skip. You need not to discuss. Finally, obtaining the coefficient for the FIR low pass using Hamming window. This is an example is given. For the Hamming window, I think specs are given. Passband cutoff frequency is given. Transition width is also given. Stop band attenuation greater than 50 dB means minus 50 greater. You should understand that way. Okay. So which window is, because it is a Hamming. Hamming will give you up to how much? This table is okay. Hamming will give you how much maximum? Minus 53 here you can see.
Yeah, okay, stop.
Okay. Minus 53 attenuation it can give. So that is the reason it is given 50 dB greater. Then sampling frequency is given. Only edge frequencies are not given, what omega p and omega s, but this of omega s is sufficient to know to it. The way we have calculated the impulse response for the low pass, same thing is taken here. And delta f is given already. Delta f is given as a 0.5 kilohertz. So you are writing delta small f by capital Fs is giving the 0.5. How much it will be? 0.5 by 8. Why 8 is given? Sampling frequency. Yeah, sampling frequency is 8 kilohertz, isn't it? Are you able to follow here? Transition band width is given by small delta f by capital Fs. 0.5. So how much will be the transition band now? How much is the transition band? Respond. I'm asking you only.
Sir.
0.0625, isn't it? So I think no. What I mean to say is this is the exact example how you should do in the examination. once this specs are given, your job is to calculate capital N first, because how many, the window which I am going to use, I can select at least Hamming window here as per the 53 dB. But the small n has to be how many values? Capital N I do not know, correct or not?
Yes, sir.
To know the capital N, I must take help of the second column, which is given as the transition width. So transition width is given in the example. What is the given transition width?
Delta F equal 0.5.
0.5 kilohertz. So what I'm doing is capital delta F is equal to small delta F by capital, because these specifications are given in analog frequency. To convert your analog frequency into the digital frequency, every specification must be divided with Fs. Is it clear?
Okay, like it will be
Yeah.
divided by sample frequency.
Yeah, that is what I said. No, omega by capital T. We have seen, no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Or simply remember, every analog specs
Yeah,
are
it
converted
will be.
into digital specs by dividing by Fs. So you got delta F is equal to how much? 0.0625. And already I got capital N expression. What is the capital N expression from the given table? 3.32 by capital N is equal to delta F, isn't it? Yes or no? Respond.
Yes, sir. Delta
So then I'm going to calculate N equal to how much N I'm getting? Capital N how much? 54. So you have to calculate the window points. Wn is equal to the window, which is 0.54 minus 0.46 cos 2 pi n by capital N equal to 54. Then N varies from 0 to 54, isn't it? Then omega P and omega R can be calculated by Fp plus delta F by 2 Fc or Fp minus delta F by anything is okay. But what it is considered here is Fc itself is considered as omega P. Fc which one is more in these two? 0.21875 will be lesser, 1.75 is higher, isn't it? There is a small change. Okay, 1.5 will be your FP. 1.5 which is given, okay, plus delta F by 2 is okay. This is attenuation basically. So anything above 1.75 kilohertz is considered the attenuation band. Anything less than Fc, basically it is not correct. Fc dash by Fs, 1.7 by 8. So you're trying to convert into, yeah, this is analog frequency, this is digital frequency. Is it clear now? Fc dash will be the analog frequency, which is given as 1.75 kilohertz, where the x-axis will be minus infinity to the plus infinity. In terms of the digital frequency, I want radians, no? So radians will be basically 2 pi into this number. 2 pi into 0.21875. How much will get it? You just calculate. It will be less than minus pi to plus pi only. Okay, between these two numbers. Is it clear? Is it clear or not?
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. So I got this is standard. The impulse response is standard for most of the thing, because you are trying to shift your window towards right hand side. When you shift the window towards the right hand side, should I use minus or plus? I'll tell you the one more point. This window is shifted window or non-shifted window, according to you?
Non-shifted, sir.
non-shifted, sir.
No, actually it should be minus n by 2 to the plus n by 2, no? Actually.
Okay.
So I got middle point at which point? N by 2, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So when I say middle point is n by 2, the peak, then it should be a shifted window. So that is the reason my impulse response, instead of sine n omega c, it is given as n minus n by 2. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So n minus n by 2 is taken here in my original, no, in the initially we have derived one value here somewhere. This one. Actually what we have derived is minus minus of c to the plus of c. You got this one, and you're trying to shift the signal by right side so that it will be minus n by 2. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes,
That
sir.
result, this result same. Only thing is shift of n by 2, so that you can see my window will be something like this. It should be basically minus n by 2 to the plus n by 2. What results we have achieved? But we wanted to get it from 0 to capital N. So that is the reason the minus n by 2 to the plus n by 2 window is shifted towards the right side by n by 2 times, so that 0 will be the starting point, n by 2 will be the middle point, and capital N will be the last point. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, finally, you try to substitute the numbers for n equal to 0, n equal to 1. How long I should do this one? How long I should do this one?
53.
53. 0 to 53. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So randomly it is given, no? N equal to 2, n equal to, but generally in the examination, it is not required. At least you calculate from 3 to 4, and so directly you can write this expression, which is this expression, where n is equal to 0 to capital N is written as 53. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So this is the generally an example 7 or 9 length will be given in most of the examinations because of the time constraints. But your job is to calculate all 9s. In the calculator, you feed this formula. You know how to feed the formula in calculator?
No, sir.
Then you understand. In most of these scientific calculators, you can feed the formula and n can be variable. You can keep on give. 0 means it will give value. 1 means it will give a value. You can prepare a table and you can simply write h of 0 to h of 9. So calculating h of 0 to whatever h of 53 is your final result of FIR filter design. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the subsequent examples I'll just leave it to you. Kaiser window, don't go about it. Kaiser window we are not discussing.
Yeah, but yeah, sir.
You can
Sir.
skip the Kaiser. Yeah.
Yeah.
The summary of yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, can you scroll down the before the some yes you
This one, no?
no, sir, one more. Sir.
Achha, even the 53, but how much it is calculated?
Yeah, that is okay, sir. But you before the formula derivation there will be the f dash equal to 2p. Yes,
This one, no?
f
Yeah,
c dash
is it-
equal to f plus delta f by 2. How can
Yeah,
you-
because I'll tell you what does it mean. Yeah, we got delta f, right or not?
Yes, sir.
This point is given. This point needs to be calculated. How can we calculate? Omega c. Omega p is taken as an omega c in our example. To get this one, this omega p, how much I should add?
Delta. Yeah,
Delta f I should add in the frequencies, no?
Yes,
So
sir.
to get this point, to get the WR, that point is added. Understood?
Yeah, but why by 2, sir?
Sorry?
Why you are doing the divided by 2?
Now the reason is generally I'll tell you. These are edge frequencies. Generally we call these are edge frequencies. Where it is? Yeah. These are called edge frequency. No, pass band edge frequency, stop band edge frequency. The middle one is called cutoff frequency. Out of these middle one is called cutoff.
Yeah, cutoff. Okay.
Cutoff means delta f by 2 I should add, isn't it?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so that is called delta p is given, but delta fc is required. That is the reason delta f by 2. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go through this again, but Kaiser window you can skip. Finally, summary of the window method. Specifying the ideal or desired frequency response is step 1. Then obtaining the impulse response of the infinite length is a second step 2. Then you need to select the proper window so that infinite impulse response can be truncated to the finite response. Then finally calculate the window values up to the 53. Just now you mentioned, no? Values of omega n for 53 points. Then you multiply those 53 points with the infinite length filter to get h of n. Then that is the final h of n you get it. That is the final design, isn't it? This is the overall method of the example what we have seen just now. Then advantages and disadvantages. Advantage will be very simple. Then lack of flexibility, because once you design it will be fixed to that particular frequency. The pass band and stop band edge frequency cannot be precisely specified. For a given window, the maximum ripple amplitude in the filter is fixed regardless of how large we make capital N. So after certain value of capital N, however you increase capital N, it is not going to modify its shape. That is the disadvantage actually. So what is this? Optimal method. Okay. Optimal method and frequency sampling method I will discuss in next class. Okay. Is it clear? But still, I will share this slide to all of you so that you can go ahead beforehand only. Okay. Before I discuss tomorrow, what time? Tomorrow morning you're free.
Actually, we don't have a class for tomorrow.
Okay. Then in the morning, whenever I come to the college, I'll call you. Be ready between 10 to 11. Okay.